to help these people?
Well, again, it's making them feel comfortable that, number one, they're working and they need to be paid. We need to have advocacy for them. We need to work with them and give them instructions and training seminars on how they can work and make sure that the people are going to pay them. And they need to feel comfortable coming to the police department. And if they don't feel, we have to make them feel comfortable coming to the police department. It's a very difficult issue because you have some unscrupulous people that will take advantage of the day laborers, and that's very unfortunate. But it's an issue that needs to be dealt with, and we need advocates such as yourself working with them, working with the police department, being a conduit, if you will, between the day workers and the police officers. And again, we have done so much from the police department standpoint to try to make the day workers feel comfortable that they can come to us, and we need to have police officers working with them, and if they feel that they've been paid and they should not have been paid, there's information that they can gather about the person they worked for, the person's license plate number on the car, where they worked, the person's name, and make sure that they get the person's name. And if they don't get paid, then the police department can intervene, and other agencies can intervene and make sure that they're compensated fairly and accordingly. It's a very difficult issue because there are some very unscrupulous people that will take advantage of the situation.
I will answer that question with one real point about the cancellation of the event. The chief should know, former chief should know, that the police canceled it because the money to pay the overtime did not come in on time, and they could not get any officers in to secure security there. It was not the mayor's office, it was a recommendation of his former department that the event be canceled because the cops were not being paid for in time. That's them. Now, day laborers. Working with the Center for Global Studies with the youth group there, and I think you're probably familiar with them. They have been out there. We have been out there trying to give the day laborers resources and understanding what their options are. It is very hard because they feel they need to work, and we don't chase them off the bridge. We all know where they are. But the proper procedures go, what we've had done is that I have, and the Center for Global Studies, we have referred them, not to the local police, because it puts a burden on police with everything in all fairness, and I always respected the chief's service for his years. There's a lot of other issues that they have to deal with. The proper way is to go to the Attorney General's office. If you have that information, you have that name, and what you have to tell them is to say exactly, and I do agree with Harry on this one, get their name, get their information. Where did they work? Who did they work for? And if they're not paid, come into the mayor's office. I can refer to the Attorney General as I have done already. The Attorney General, Mr. Jepson, is very homed in on local issues, more so than his predecessor. Predecessor had more of the national lawsuits. Attorney General Jepson is really concentrated on dealing with local issues. So I think that's the first step. And if you deal with them, you have a good relationship with them. And they have to get the information, as Harry said. But after that, even more so in all deference to our police, it's more important to get to the state agencies and to the Attorney General's office to file the complaints. And maybe even go to the Consumer Protection Agency.
Okay, thank you.
Just a quick rebuttal. The young lady that organized the event had a contract, and I believe she's in the back of the room, and the contract was handed to her from the mayor's office. It said, event canceled, lack of payment. Had nothing to do with the police department. Also, if you go to the Attorney General's office for something of this nature, you're going to wait forever and ever and ever. Get this taken care of 2 or 3 times by a police officer and other advocacy, and you will make sure that you stop it forever, because the word will get out that if you don't pay the day laborers, you're going to be held accountable. The Attorney General's office is very, very, very busy, and they're not going to be taking this quickly. This will take months and months through the Attorney General's office. You get it done here, and it'll get done quickly.